Hello, once again, this is Antonio, and I'm coming at you with another exciting video. Now, in this video, Judge Manning here's a case between a former couple, right? One of the one of the parties has now an addiction, where the other party feels like she was drugged or let's say alleged drugged, right? Before we get into the case. And the dude is just you're gonna hear how he just pops off, and Judge Manning keeps saying, "Man, calm down." It gets to the point where her lawyer steps in and they start going through Exhibit A, Exhibit B, and she starts showing different photos of herself, showing photos of the paraphernalia from the gentleman. It's best that she get away from him. Is that bad? All right, so for those that don't know me, my name is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, subscribe. As we're on the road to 10,000, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. And once again, we'll come back with our commentary.
So thinking that I drugged you, you were still inviting me back over, thinking that I drugged you and that you
She has answered that question, Mr. Gonzalez. I mean, she said yes.
Okay. That's it. That's just what I wanted to know.
All right, stand by. I got to call this calendar. Stand by. All right, if you're here for the 11 o'clock calendar, turn your camera. Thank you. About Skylar Dennis.
He's the petitioner.
Yes, ma'am.
That's correct.
Okay.
Glenn Cooper told me to come last meeting, and he has also violated the TPO since it was signed.
So you're gonna have to file a contempt for that. So there's nothing that there's nothing I can do. File a contempt, and Mr. Mohammed, send your proof of compliance to Mr. Elabrato. She'll put an email in the chat. Mr. Dennis, if you file a contempt, we'll get you on the calendar.
Okay, where would I go to file that contempt?
At the courthouse.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. All right, let's see, Mr. Yee, stand by. We'll get back to you in just a second. All right, we're going to go back to this other case really quickly. So, Ms. Steele, Ms. Willis, I'll get back with you as soon as I finish this. I think we're wrapping up. Anything else, Mr. Gonzalez or Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes. Can I ask something else? Is that
You have a
possible?
question?
I did have one more question for Miss Etheridge or Gonzalez, if that's possible.
Okay, ask the question.
So on the 24th, when you brought me a birthday card and birthday presents.
No, just a question, not a whole bunch
Were you
of
afraid of that was after the amphetamine incident? Were you afraid of me then? And why were you not afraid to drop it off?
Whoa, compound question.
Okay. Sorry.
In May, when you brought him a card, were you afraid of him?
Now in November 24th.
November, were you afraid of him?
After November 24th, but dated November 24th. Sorry.
Dear God, in November, were you afraid of him when you brought him a card?
So before I filed a TPO, I attempted.
Yes or no? And then an explanation.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Next,
Thank
Mr. Gonzalez.
Also, did you have Bella write a birthday card for me as well and drop that off?
We were trying to get you to go to rehab.
Yes or no? Did you have your daughter write a birthday card?
Daddy, I was, and were you also?
Mr. Gonzalez.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't have anything else. I just wanted to know why she would drop that off after if she was afraid of it.
Mr. Gonzalez, no commentary. Anything else, Mr. Gonzalez?
That's it. Thank you, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
All right, any follow-up, Mr. Dwoskin?
Your Honor, very, very quickly. Ms. Gonzalez, this photograph, when was this photograph taken?
That photograph was taken on October 24th.
And what does this photograph show?
Busted lip.
How did you, is this you?
Yes, it is.
How'd you bust your lip?
That was when Maurice came in unannounced, but while our kids were in school, and he asked me in his pipe earlier. And then he, in retaliation, started talking about infidelity and stuff, and things got physical, and he did that and attacked me.
Okay, did he initiate?
Yes.
Okay, and then this, what's in this photograph?
That is what I found in his pipe.
Okay, so when you were testifying before, that's what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay, and that pipe belongs to him?
Yes, it does.
Ms. Gonzalez, that's allegedly what he said was pocket fuzz, or what did he say?
Correct.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yeah, so after finding those things, you were afraid, or you were not afraid? I'm sorry, because you came by after that. So I'm confused. Were you afraid after that? Was that?
Ms. Gonzalez, were you afraid after you found the pipe?
Yeah, I was afraid.
Okay. Next
You're
question.
afraid.
Anything else, Mr. Gonzalez?
So you were afraid, but you still dropped off those things at my house.
We got that. She still dropped it off. And there was a card from your daughter. We got that.
That's
Take
it.
notes.
Thank you.
I got it. I promise. I'm writing down a lot of notes.
Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Gonzalez?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Gonzalez, Mr. Dwoskin.
Nothing further as evidence, Your Honor.
All right, closing. Mr. Gonzalez, closing. What are you asking the court for?
I'm asking that I just be granted relief from the manipulation, the scare tactics, the fear that I feel for my life, for my safety, that I just be given a chance to live my life peacefully.
All right, Mr. Dwoskin.
Your Honor, we're going to ask that the petition filed by Mr. Gonzalez be dismissed. There's no threat to Mr. Gonzalez from Mrs. Gonzalez. We are going to ask that the court grant our counter petition and grant an order against Mr. Gonzalez. We ask the court for reimbursement of the $348.55 that Ms. Gonzalez had to pay for the window, as well as attorney's fees at $300 an hour. And so at the moment, I think we're at $2,200, as well as some provision for child support. I know that Mr. Gonzalez said he hired a divorce attorney. I know that Mrs. Gonzalez is consulting with a divorce attorney, and that'll be underway. But for the moment, she has these children and is the only financial provider for them.
Do you have a worksheet, or do you know what the worksheet's going to show up to be?
Your Honor, I can show the worksheet from the parenting plan. The
That was
only
just one child, right?
it was one child, and I'll show Your Honor, but I will say that there was this was
So tell me this, what's Ms. Gonzalez, what do you pay for rent or mortgage or what have you, where you and the child live?
I pay $23.50.
And what was the other child support worksheet, Mr. Waskin? What was the number it came up to with one?
it is going down to the
Line 13.
final sheet. I apologize, Your Honor. I do not do much family law.
I
It
think
looks
it's
like
line 13.
no 13. There we go.
Boy, that's the one thing I know.
It says 257. Final monthly child support amount rounded to a whole number. Is that what we're referring to?
Right.
It was $257 for Mr. Gonzalez, $406 for Mrs.
That was
Gonzalez.
back in 2018.
Correct.
Ms. Gonzalez, how much do you make gross a month?
How much and what?
Gross. What is your gross monthly income?
About 7,000.
Okay. What is yours, Mr. Gonzalez?
About 3,000.
What do you do that you only make 3,000?
I cut hair. I moved when Amber forced me to leave and move to a different
But
salon.
I'm just curious what, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ms. Gonzalez, is there daycare for the children?
Yes, I pay about $400 for Bella and aftercare a month, and I pay $21.50 for my son a month. Oh, I'm sorry, $13.50 for my son.
Calculator out here. It's like, Ms. Free took my calculator, Ms. Delbrado.
I'll search for one, Judge.
No,
You found it?
I got this janky one. Let me try this janky one here.
Okay.
So you got $150 a month for one
13.
child.
$13.50.
$13.50 and
Uh-huh.
$400 for the other child.
Yes,
I mean, okay. And that is monthly, right?
correct.
All right, so Mr. Dwoskin, first we'll split the childcare in half, so that's gonna be $875 a month.
Okay.
And then it was. So, I'm trying to think, I'm trying to do it in my head, I don't have my login for my worksheet. We'll make his child support $400 a month. Somebody can do the actual worksheet. So $400 a month, and then $875 is his portion of childcare. I just split it in half. Ms. Delbrado, Mr. Roskin, I think maybe Ms. Delbrado is going to ask if you'll do the work, do the order. She can send it to you in Word.
Okay, if she'll provide it, I will, I'll try and work one up. Like I said, I
Okay.
don't practice family law, but I'll.
Well, I mean, you just put those numbers, because I mean, in the order, it's self-explanatory, but just to do the TPO order, because I'm granting hers, Mr. Gonzalez, I'm denying yours. Here's where you'll get peace, Mr. Gonzalez, leave her alone, stay away from her. What kind of visits do you want with the children, Mr. Gloskin?
Your Honor, she would be willing to make third-party arrangements.
Okay, third party, and what, is it every other weekend? What is he gonna get? I mean, I know you have a 30-day that you can coming up on.
Yes, Your Honor, we can make that work.
All right, third party, and communicate through our family wizard.
Okay.
Who will the third party be? Maybe Mrs. Gonzalez.
I'd be okay with it being his parents.
Okay, so why don't we leave it till then that you can reach out to his parents, Ms. Gonzalez, arrange something. Is it typically a weekend that you give him or a day? What is it?
In the parenting plan, I requested that he pass a drug screening within 24 hours as well when he
Stand
gets.
by. So that parenting plan is for one child. Is that
Okay.
what you want for both children? Still, you want that parenting plan?
Yes, please.
So, Mr. Dvorsky, if you just want to attach that kind of as an exhibit and say they'll whoever Ms. Gonzalez has, and the child support along with the daycare, that's due on the 15th of each month, since it's the 11th. We'll go ahead and make it due on the 15th of each month. Is how do you want to get the money?
Zelle is okay with me.
Okay. Via Zelle, 15th of each and every month, and how about on January the 30th, you could pay the $348.55 in fees for the repair of the window and attorney's fees, $2,200. All right, starting February the 1st, you can pay, Mr. Blaskin, you put on there, he can make $500 monthly payments. Obviously, it's $2,200, so one will be, what, 4? So he can make those until it's paid off in full, and you can pay that directly to Mr. Dwoskin's firm, Mr. Gonzalez. And the Family Violence Intervention Program. But you can start that in 60 days. We'll, you just send it to us. We'll put the stuff on there about the FVIP class, Mr. Dwoskin. You can start that in 60 days, Ms. Delbrado. Want to hear it. All right. Guess Mr.
Did you-
Gonzalez wasn't happy. I'm assuming he wasn't happy. We have his email address, Ms. Delbrado.
No, Judge.
We don't have Mr. Gonzalez. He's the petitioner.
Oh, yes, sorry.
All right, we have his email address. Well, you just have to send him a copy of the order since he was not happy with me and he decided to leave.
Mhm.
He's still gonna owe that money. And Mr. Jaworski, if you just put in there how you $500 a month, break down your payments and how to pay them to your firm.
Thank you, Your Honor, and I also want to thank you, Ms. Steele. Ms. Steele's offered to just assist me with this order. I guess I look as terrified as I feel. So
She may be used to, we're real short-handed right now. All right, thank you so much. And like I said, once we get it and sign it, we'll just email it to Mr. Gonzalez and see.
thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Jaworski, if you want to put your email in the chat for Ms. Delbrado, she can send it to you just to make sure we have it.
Will do. I think she's
All
got it.
right, thank you. Thank you,
I
Ms.
got it. Thank
Gonzalez. Happy New Year to both of you. Stay healthy and safe. All right, Ms. Steele and
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Willis, we got to hurry up and get Ms. Steele off because she's got to help Mr. Jaworski with the order.
Take care, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you for all who tuned into this video. Like I said again, the gentleman is not only battling addiction, he's also belligerent, speaking out of turn in court, repetitive. And Judge Manning, that's what judges do. They sometimes have to play referee in a robe, right? The dude was just too much. And I want you to put it in the comment. How do you feel about this? Do you think that mom should get away from him, or do you think that how she kept going around him was she was fighting for him to go to rehab? But sometimes when people are fighting an addiction, they don't feel they got a problem. They feel you got the problem. And that's just the way life is. But nevertheless, you can support this channel through Cash App or Super Chat. Put your comments in the bottom. We're dropping heat on the channel, so don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. And nevertheless, we'll be coming back more videos in the future. And once again, we'll see you next.